Hi, everyone, and welcome to this next installment of the Algebra and Precalculus series. This is going to be a continuation of the previous video. I talked about the first three problems in that one. This is going to be a much shorter video. I'm just going to look at this one problem. So in the last video, we talked about combining functions using addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and also this new operation called composition of functions. So in this example, we're looking at addition in a slightly different way, not with the actual functions, but with the graphs. Now, we don't need to know the equations or the expressions of these functions. We just have our knowledge of functional notation and what it means to evaluate a function. So we'll use the graphs of f and g. So f is the blue graph. So that blue graph you see is the f function, and the red graph is the g function. And what we want to do is find f plus g of 1. So one of the first things I introduced in my previous video was this new notation for the combination of two functions. So let's start with that. F plus g of 1 is the same as saying f of 1 plus g of 1. Now, function notation, hopefully at this point, this is something, if you've gone through and watched all of my previous videos, this is something we've talked about a number of times, function notation. So when you see f parentheses 1, remember, that's not multiplication. That's the name of the function, f, evaluated at the number 1. So f of 1 means what we're looking for is the y value. Right? The y value from the f function. So the y value from the f function when x is equal to 1. Right? Another way of looking at that is there's an ordered pair, which corresponds to a point on the graph. The x value is 1. What is the y value? That's what f of 1, if it says find f of 1, that's what we're looking for. The y value when x is equal to 1 on the f graph. So we're only looking at the blue graph. So 1 is right here. I just labeled it in black. The even numbers on the x-axis are labeled, right? So this is the x-axis. It's going on in both directions, and here's 1. So we go up to the graph of the f function. Oh, I meant to use a highlighter there. Let's fix that. So we go up to the point on the blue graph, the point on the graph of the f function when x is equal to 1, and we get the y value of 2. So f of 1 is equal to 2. Now we'll do the same thing on the g function. I'm not going to write, again, what I just wrote next to f of 1, but g of 1 is the y value from the g function. The y value from the g function when x is equal to 1. All right, so we can go up to the red graph, or the graph of g, and it looks like that point has a y value of 4. So this, I'll make this point a little bit bigger. That point right there is the point 1, 4. Let me switch back to blue for the blue graph. This point right here, which I just made it a little bit bigger, is the point 1, comma 2. So f of 1 is equal to 2. G of 1 is equal to 4. So f plus g of 1 is equal to 6. And that's going to be our final answer for this one. All right, that's it for this video. I hope this was helpful.